City League coaching legend Marv Bohannon brings his 7-1 Sixers into their home finale against the Centennial Stars. The fireworks begin next on Central Ohio Sport Television. Good evening, and back in the City League tonight. This is Bill Montgomery for Central Ohio Sport Television, along with my partner Rob Havner, and we're here from Independence High School, where the Independence 76ers will be taking on the Centennial Stars in this City League matchup tonight. And Rob, we saw Centennial back in week 2, and they have had quite a rebound season after kind of a difficult start there, as they started 2-0 and then took that loss that week. But incidentally, that game, the only team that has scored 14 points against them, but their offense still a little bit shaky, as they have only scored 14 points or more in one game. Let's talk a little bit about how Centennial tonight.
Well, Centennial, that's the key. It's a lot like, and we were talking in the pregame about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Very similar circumstance. Great defense, offense kind of so-so. They need to capitalize on every possession tonight to really have a chance to stay in the ballgame.
Well, let's then go ahead and take a look at Rob Havner, your keys to tonight's game. What's Centennial, the visiting team, need to do?
Well, number one is ball control. They've got to stay on the field and keep this big play offense on the sidelines for Independence. Number two is play smart. They had 4 fumbles in the first 8 snaps the first time we saw them, so they got to get the play started and then make things happen. And finally, they need to be aggressive. They can't be content to trade punches. They've got to go out and try and deliver a knockout. All
right, we alluded to in our open a coaching legend that has returned, and that is Marv Bohannon, formerly at Eastmore for 14 very successful seasons. What's it mean to this program to bring him back?
Well, it's not like he came in and the cupboard was bare. He's got a great senior class. He's got a great junior quarterback in Bill Foley, who led this team to a 9-1 season last year. New offense, new coach, new defense, no problem. They're 7-1.
Absolutely, and on their way to some playoffs in the state. We'll see if they continue on that train tonight. Let's take a look at their keys to the game. What do they need to do tonight, Rob?
Well, number one for them is speed. There's that axiom that Al Davis likes to use, speed kills, and it's true. These guys have 20 touchdowns of 35 yards or more. Number two is their senior class. It's seniors night here. These guys are jacked up, and they want to leave with a W. And finally, number three is Bill Foley. Bill Foley is the guy who runs this offense. He does a great job in that, and if he has a good game, it should be a win for him tonight.
Sixers and the Stars, going to be a great matchup tonight. We will be back in just a second with the opening kickoff. You're watching Central Ohio High School football here on Central Ohio Sport Television. And good evening from Independence High School Football 2000. Bill Montgomery and Rob Havner with you. And of course, High School Football 2000 on Central Ohio Sport TV is brought to you by Insight Communications. And Time Warner is Insight Communications and Time Warner Communications. Thank them each week for bringing us Central Ohio Sport TV. And Rob, as we talked about, Independence going to get the football first as Centennial kicks off, and they've really had a great season at 7-1. Had some players out in that first game against Beechcroft, and some of the fans here are certainly thinking that's the reason they didn't win.
That's right, a good close game between the two schools, holding the 8th spot now in Division II, so it's key for them to stay in the postseason hunt.
In fact, Brandon Hunter, one of those guys, and he is back to receive, although this pass is going, or this kick is going back to number 7, Joe Foley. And Foley takes the ball just across the 30-yard line. They'll probably spot that at the 33, and it will be 1st and 10 for Bill Foley and company.
In business to do business. Bill Foley joined in the backfield by Brandon Hunter and Renault Thomas. Marcus Martin and Aaron Pena receivers, along with Doug Higginbotham. Hinton, Cook, Baker, Gregory, and Joshua Henry. There you get a look at Foley, Hunter, and Thomas. Martin, Penn, and Higginbotham. Hinton, Cook, Baker, Gregory, and Henry, your offensive line.
Got Hunter will lined up to the near side as Foley hands that one off, run up the middle, and this very stingy Centennial defense stops that with virtually no gain.
Defense: White, Hurst, Davis, and Green. Caldwell, Pergram, Burks, and Fleshman. Talley, Holmes, and Long in your defensive backfield.
So no gain on that play. Second down and 10, ball on the 33-yard line. And Foley will go under center once again, going with the I backfield. And again, this time a handoff up the middle. Goes to Renault Thomas. And Thomas gets it across the 35 and not much more before he is pushed back by that surge of red helmets from the Stars.
There's Marv Bohannon returning to the coaching ranks. Former standout at Dublin High School back in the day.
We promised him we wouldn't say how far back in the day, but little bit ago.
Good to see him back on the sidelines.
Absolutely. So we've got a gain of 4 on that play, 3rd down and 6. This time Foley back to pass, and this goes right off the hands of Marcus Martin. And so it looks like they are going to be forced to punt. And that time, not really anything that Centennial had to do with it. That pass just a little bit over the hands of Martin and wasn't able to bring it down.
You see Bill Foley just saying, gotta bring it down a little.
Not so much what you do in your first series, but how you make that adjustment.
That's exactly right, Monty. Flags are down as Marcus Martin into punt.
Ryan Holmes back to receive, but he will have to wait again. As, nothing like dropping a pass, even though it's not fully his fault, dropping a pass, and then you have to be the guy to punt. You know it's on your hands to pick up that 6 yards. It's a difficult position to be in.
Third team on the field discussing the situation.
Of course, Martin has not done a bad job.
No, not at all.
All season long, so I think he's got a lot to be proud of this season. Got a false start against Independence, and so they'll march this back and have a little bit more room to kick.
Another great night weather-wise, Monty.
Oh, my goodness. It's rare that you're in a late October game talking about how bad the mosquitoes are, but it's a nice warm night. Martin having to run this ball because he was unable to get the kickoff. And he is finally grabbed at about the 25-yard line and dragged down. This is going to be some excellent field position for the Stars. This could be one of the breaks that their offense is going to need to get started tonight.
Well, they got to cash it in, you know. I mean, if they don't get it cashed in, it's not going to do them any good.
So
never had it. He never had it. And he turns to look. Sort of out there in no man's land at that point.
So John Green into quarterback for the Centennial Stars. And he has not been too bad this year as we get a look at Joel Hemphill going in hard on Martin.
Are we going to get a snap? All right, I guess we're set for play.
Green with a handoff goes to David Caldwell. Caldwell doing the lion's share of the work in the game that we saw at the beginning of this season. He's got
603 yards coming in. We're going to mark that officially for no game. Green, Caldwell, and Pergram. Talley, White, and Aletti. Green, Hennebaugh, Conrad, Hurst, and Fleshman.
Looked like at most a gain of 1 there.
Officially no gain.
Okay, so second down and 10. As this time the ball's handed off to the fullback, Clint Pergram. And Pergram does move the ball forward and gets up to roughly the 12-yard line. We'll wait for the official spot.
Odie, Baker, Latham, McNeil, and Marshawn Yomp. Tolbert and Gregory in your linebacking core. Young, Williams, Martin, and Madison in the secondary.
So a first down on the 13-yard gain from Pergram. And this Centennial offense is, with this great field position, now picked up a first down, which is more than Independence has been able to do. Another run up the middle that moves the ball across the 10-yard line to the 8.
Caldwell on the carry.
So second down and 6 from the 8-yard line. This time Green with the handoff to Pergram. And Pergram met and thrown backwards as Roshan Yop, the end, able to give him a little bit of a stop. Yop going 6'1", 225.
No gain officially on that one either.
I'll tell you, one of the amazing things about this Centennial program is the lack of seniors on this team, which, you know, with a 5-3 season and very few seniors, that bodes very well for Coach Sergio in the 2001 season.
Yeah, we touched on that in the Reedy game about how young this team was.
Third down and 6. This time the ball going to be kept by Green as he turns the corner and tries to go upfield, gets up to about the 5-yard line, maybe just across that.
Down to the 1.
Down to the 1-yard line. Incredible, great run.
Picks up 5 on that one. Make it 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. 7:56 and counting on your game clock. Green and company have really been able to move this ball forward. This ball handed up the middle. No official signal from
He didn't get it.
the third team on the field yet, as Pergram tries to move that forward. So second down and goal from the 1.
Had Sergio sending the play in there with the headset on.
Well, we talked about this in your keys that Centennial is really going to have some ball control, be aggressive, and they've really got to score in every opportunity they've got. When you start the ball virtually in the red zone, you've got to make something happen with it. And this time, this one is touchdown.
It's Green on the keeper.
So John Green starts the scoring early tonight for the Centennial Stars at the 7:04 mark. Green with the 1-yard keeper. And Simeon Talley he'll be the holder. And Brad Burks, also a linebacker, coming in to kick this extra point, and the kick is up. And good. So 7-0 now in favor of the Stars, as Independence is going to get the ball for the second time in this game and get their opportunity to regroup. I'll tell you, this looks like a different